Hello everybody, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited today because I'm finally here. My package finally came with the new ColourPop collection from the Powerpuff Girls, the collaboration that they did with them. So I only picked up the palette, but I did pick up a few other goodies from ColourPop that I'm going to be testing out today as well. So this is so cute. This is the Powerpuff Girls Pressed Powder palette. This is what the outside packaging looks like. It has a cutout over here, and then I'm just going to crack it open. And this is what the palette itself looks like. It has a matte finish with some more like shiny and like embellishments on it, and I think it's so pretty. Oh my god. Sorry if my camera is like a little bit weird today. I have like a different setup going on, but this is what the inside of the palette looks like. Oh my god, these colors are so gorgeous. It looks like it has two glitters, which is going to be this one. Oops, you can see me. It's going to be this one over here and then the blue one. So I don't know if I'm going to try out any of the glitters today, but I am going to use multiple shades from the palette and create a sort of pretty fun look. However, as you can see, I'm barefaced. If I look a little sweaty, it's because I am, because I actually just went on a dog walk with a couple of my friends and my puppy, so we just did that and I'm like sweating after that. And then two other products that I also picked up, well I guess three. One of them is an angled eyeliner brush, but the other two were two of their cream gel colors, which are two of their like eyeliners. So the first one I picked up is this super pretty kind of pastel blue. This is in the shade Spring Day. And it just looks like this. It's just kind of one of those potted gel liners. So I've been seeing those and I've been wanting to try them out because I wanted like a very pigmented pastel liner I thought would look really, really pretty with this look, with this palette. And then I also picked up the yellow one, and this is in the shade Stardust, which is just a gorgeous pastel yellow. Because I have a pink, I have a white, I have a green, but I didn't have anything in like these sort of really pastel yellow and blue colors, so I just wanted to pick those up. And then again, I did get the eyeliner brush that they just have on their website. It looks really, really good actually. It is super thin. Sometimes these liner brushes can be not as thin, but this one looks really good. So I think what I'm going to be doing, just because like I mentioned before, I have a bare face right now, I'm just going to kind of speed through, do a little bit of like an aesthetic time lapse of me doing my base makeup, and then I'll be back to do the eyes on camera with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy the time lapse. And I guess before I start, if you have any questions about any of the products that I'm using, just go ahead and leave a comment down below and I will let you know. Alright, so this side, going from this side to this side, we have Townsville, Professor Utonium, the Mayor, and Crime Fighting. So this is the first row of the palette. It's so pretty. This is actually a really pretty, just like neutral set. So let me go ahead and do the next row. All right, and then this is the last row. Look how intense these pigments are. The way that I swatched it was I just swirled around and then I did one line and then swirled around and then did a line from the other way just to build up the pigment to show off the colors a little bit more. But you could see they're super, super saturated and don't even really need the second swipe. But starting from this side, we have Girls Rock, then the Fashionistas, Silico, and Rowdy Rough Boys. So that is the last row of this palette. I feel like these will definitely stain just because they are pressed pigments, specifically the pink and the red, sometimes even blue stains as well. So we'll see what it looks like at the end of the day when I take it off. Hopefully this is close enough. So I'm just gonna go in with this Farrow brush, and I think I'm gonna start off with the kind of like hot red orange color, which is called Girls Rock. I think I'm gonna start off with that in my crease on the left side. I think I'm just gonna go in mainly with the brights and the metallics. So we'll see. You can see that definitely picks up a ton of product. I might do like sort of a half cut crease or maybe even a full cut crease type thing. We'll see how these shadows kind of blend out a bit. So right away, I'm getting a ton of pigment. Hopefully the blendability is pretty nice as well. That is pretty bright. It actually blends out like beautifully. Like, I don't know if you could see how amazing that blend is on this outer edge. Like, wow. And it really took like no effort either. Like, that literally took me not that long. And I'm just gonna take a little bit more on my lower lash line just to kind of even it out. But I'm just gonna leave it on this like outer half just because I am gonna go in with the pink on this side. And what I'm gonna do is just take, I'm just gonna take a little bit of concealer on a brush and do a half cut crease like I normally do. You've probably seen me do this a couple of times in some of my previous videos. So let's be doing the same thing. I'll pick up a really skinny flat brush like this and just carve out my inner corner. I'm gonna do it about halfway and then just take my finger and tap out the edge ever so slightly just to blend it a bit more. And then with a sort of flat like shader type brush, like something like this, this is just the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. I'm gonna take that pink, which again is super pigmented, and I'm gonna pat that on. So as you can see, I picked up a ton of product, so it is definitely giving me some fallout, but that's to be expected. You could obviously avoid this by just doing your eyes first, but this is how I normally would have used it on any other day. Like, I always do my eyes first. I always do my eyes last. So there's not as much of a contrast as I would have hoped there to be, but I do have those liners, the gel liners that I'm going to try out. So I'm going to try and do like a little bit of a graphic liner type thing with those. And just on the tip of that brush, I'm going to complete my under eye. Then I'm going to go in with my NYX glitter glue or glitter primer. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the concealer and just pop out a little bit onto the back of my hand, and again take a similar brush to the other one that I was using, which is just like a little flat sort of skinny shader brush. And I'm just going to coat both sides of the brush with the glitter glue. And then wherever I'm going to place my shimmer, which I'm just going to kind of outline the same area where I did the cut crease, except I'm going to do it only to about the inner third because that's where I want to focus the shimmer on. I'm going to take the shade Professor Utonium, which is this kind of duochrome pink color right over here, the second one in, and I'm going to pop that right over. And then I'm also going to take the shade Frenemy over here and just put that on kind of the inner portion just to mesh it with the other colors. On my inner corner, I think it'd be fun to kind of bring in the other side. So I'm going to do a pop of blue on this inner corner and going in with a small little brush again. This is the same one, I just wiped it off. I'm going to take the blue and stamp that on that inner corner. I think it looks really fun, and I think it's really going to come together with the other eye. So I'm going to do a similar thing just with the green and the blue. I think I'm going to do the green all over. Again, you get really, really nice pigment right away. So I don't even have to work too hard to build this up, which is super nice. I think though I should have done the blue on the outside because that is going to be a bit darker. So I'm just going to take the blue and start working that on the outside as well, and then I'm going to cut the crease with the green. Yeah, so I think that looks very, very pretty. I'm going to go in with a bit more concealer. So I just packed down the green on the inner portion. And again, I'm going to go in with my other brush to put down some more of the glitter glue. I'm going to take the shade Chemical X and tap that over. So unfortunately I'm running out of storage, so I'm going to go ahead and do the blue liner on this side and the yellow liner on this side. I have applied the liner and lashes. As far as the liner goes, it was very good, very easy to use. It did mix a little bit with the colors of the shadow underneath, so I do think it would be a little bit better on a bare face, like bare eyelids, or a more simple look instead of over colors. But they were very creamy and very, very easy to use, and I think that the overall look came out really, really fun and really, really unique. So it's definitely something different than what I typically go for, and I wouldn't really wear this out, but I did want to showcase a bunch of different colors from the palette for you guys. By the way, the mascara that I used is the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes, which is pretty good for a non-waterproof mascara for me. I do like how it looks, and it does hold up pretty well. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!